Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial we'll be looking at how to make structured Datagen. If you already did the manual tutorial for structures, you know that we need 3 different registries to hook onto. First of all, we're going to create a new package named registry in the Datagen package and create a few classes. First of all, the mod registry provider, the structures class, the template pools class, and the structure sets class. Then in the structures class, we convert all of them into interfaces. We don't need them as interfaces because that's easier. Resource key of type structure. That is going to be the depot. We will be looking at the JSON parts later. Is equal to create, and then we use depot as the name. Now we create method, static resource key structure create, entering not structures string ID, and we return resource key.create registries.structure, passing in tutorial mod resource location ID. Then we have the depot, and now we need a static void bootstrap method that takes in a bootstrap context of type structure. In the context, then we end this. Now we can do context.register, entering depot and new jigsaw structure. This will be a lot of content in here. In the jigsaw structure, first of all, we need a new structure settings, which contains, first of all, the biomes. Therefore, we create a new class called mod biomes provider, which we could, or rather mod biome tags provider, which we can use the mod tags for. In this case, we have the mod tags.biomes and the has depot, which is just a structure has structure slash depot class, and then we extends tags provider of type biome, and we implement all the methods, create a constructor. That should be this one. Pack output we can't, but we can replace the resource key of the registry. That would be registries.biome. Then the mod ID is simply tutorial mod ID, and we will clear out one this, second this argument. Then we can do tag of mod tags biomes has depot add, and now we can add all the biomes we want to register. In this case, biomes of net.minecraft level biome dot plains and biomes dot, say, forest. Now we have this tag, so we can use this tag over here. First of all, we need to create a holder lookup, or rather a holder getter for type biome. Biomes to context.lookup registries.biome, and then we can use biomes exactly, but get or throw using mod tags biomes has depot. This will now use any biome that is in the has depot tag as possible biomes to spawn the structure in. Afterwards, we can define a few spawn overrides. For this, we need to register the mob category first. Mob category.monster for the, or rather miscellaneous. And then we use weighted random list create. Is there something off here? Oh no, it's a structure spawner word. We create a new structure spawner override, which takes the bounding box type. In this case, the bounding box type is full, and this is equal to structure, and a weighted random list, which just uses a new spawner data. Entity type. Now you can define what entity type you want. The weight, the minimum count, the maximum count. After we have defined a few extra, well, we have defined the spawn overrides, continue with the generation step. And then the generation decoration that commonly you would use surface structures for surface structures, underground structures for underground structures, but considering this is a surface structure, we use surface structures. And then terrain adaptation, terrain adjustments. You can use a few things here. Take a look at Joe's tutorial. I'll be linking this together with a few other helpful resources considering jigsaw structures in the description. Now, after we have the structure settings, the jigsaw structure is looking for the structure template pool, the holder of it to be exact. So therefore we go to, first of all, we get the holder getter for the structure template pool as well. Template pools is equal to context.lookup registries.template pool. Now we first of all create those set template pools. So we go in here and do nearly the same as the other class. Resource key, template pool, well, rather structure template pool. Depot is equal to create, naming it depot. Then we create the create method again. Static resource key, or rather private static resource key. Structure template, nope, structure template pool. Create string ID. Return resource key create registries template pool and tutorial mod resource location ID. Now we have those. Next is another bootstrap method. Static void bootstrap. Bootstrap context. I don't know why they named it bootstrap. Probably some misspelling, but well. The template pool context. Context.register again. In this case, we use the depot. And then in the template pool, we need a new structure template pool, which uses a holder and we use this method. The holder of structure template pool is, we also use the lookup here. So holder, or the holder getter of type structure template pool. Template pools rather, is context.lookup registries template pool. And then we actually use the template pool we are currently registered. In this case, we use template pools or rather, get or throw pools, vanilla pools.empty. This just doesn't have any backup. And then we use list.off, pair.off, and then it wants a structure pool. You use structure pool element. Is this the right pair? Is the question. Nope, it is not. I hate pair. Pair, give me use import class. It must be of com.mojang.datafixes.util, so make sure you have it using this. And then we use single with the ID relative to your structures MBT file. So now we take a look at the data structure. data tutorial mod structures depot slash diamond, gold, lapis, and redstone depot. So we use tutorial mod colon depot slash diamond depot for first, and then we can add the weight at the end. Now another pair, structure pool element single tutorial mod depot slash gold depot, which gets a weight of 2. Pair dot off structure pool element single tutorial mod depot slash lapis depot, which gets a weight of 3. And last but not least, the redstone depot, which gets a weight of 4. Now this will cry for a second, so we use the placement, if I remember correctly. This, yeah, structure template pool, the projection. Okay, we need a projection, and the projection is going to be terrain matching in this case. Now there should not be any issues with this, so you can go over to the structures, not the structure sets, that's for another time. Yeah, structures. With the template pools being looked up, we can get our throw using template pools dot depot. After we have gotten the template pool, we can define the max depth of the structure. So how many jigsaw pieces should be placed next to each other. In this case, for a very small depot, because it can only use one, we will be using 1. Then after this, the height, so uniform height of, or rather you can take a look at the height provider, which has a few implementations: constant height, trapezoid height, uniform height, very biased to bottom height, weighted list height, biased to bottom height. You can take a look at these and look what they do, or take a look at vanilla examples, what each of them does. In this case, we will just be using uniform height of, entering vertical anchor bottom and vertical anchor top. So they can basically spawn at any height. Now the expansion hack, I have, to be honest, no idea what that does, but we will not be using them, so it doesn't matter. And the height map to use, height map type dot world surface world gen motion blocking is no leaves. We're using motion blocking no leaves because of the structure being dispatched to the bottom, similar to how villager streets work. So if we were to use world height, leaves and similar stuff would come in the way, and it would look a bit weird. So use the motion blocking no leaves. Now, therefore, this is now completed. So we go over to structure sets. Structure sets, we can clear a lot of this. This can also be cleared. We'll be interested in a second. Another resource key, we replace it with an interface. Resource key of type structure set. Depot structure set is equal to create, yet again, of depot. Now we create the create method again. Static resource key structure set create with the string ID, then yet again resource key create, this time with registry set structure sets structure set and res ID, and then another static void bootstrap method with the bootstrap context for structure sets. context, and then the context register depot new structure set. You can take it, nope, not at this. You can take a look at this, which uses either a holder of structure. We'll be taking this and the structure placement. So first of all, we need to look up the getter. So holder getter of type structure getter, or rather structures, is equal to context.lookup registries.structure, and then we can use structures get or throw structures. In this case, Netcapping Graph Tutorial, your registry structures and depot, and then besides this, which gets the structure for the structure set, we also need a new structure placement. Now, structure placement. This is a abstract class, and we want the random spread structure placement. So we do new random spread structure placement, which uses spacing, separation, random spread type, and salt. With spacing, we'll be taking 24, random spread type, linear, and salt is just a random integer that should not match any other random integer, so we'll just be putting a random number in here. Nice. And with this, it's a little bit sad because I closed the bracket too early, and therefore all of the registration has been complete. Next, what we have to do is go to the mod registry provider, make it extend datapack build and trace provider, and make it take the second output, which uses a pack output, comparable fields of provider, a registry set builder, and a set of strings. With this being set.of tutorial mod ID, and after we did this, you can also use a create the registry set builder. Or the private static final registry set builder. Builder is equal to new registry set builder dot add registries dot template pool, and now we reference template pools bootstrap dot add. You can make this a little bit nicer. Registries dot structure, then structures bootstrap, and then last but not least add registries dot structure set structure sets bootstrap close, and then we can just super the builder and remove it as a parameter from above. Now we go to the generator where we started and the gather data event is located. We use generator.add provider. True, because commonly that you would use event.include server, but considering that if you go to build.gradle and go down to the runs of data, you see that minus all just means both logical sites are being run, so it doesn't really matter. So we just use mod registry provider, adding the output and the registries, and we need to add the biomes, mod biomes provider, biome text provider, inserting the output, the registries, and the helper. Now after all of this is done, we should see no further issues with anything. And then we can run data to generate all the JSON files. Build successful in 13 seconds. Now we can take a look at the tags. WorldGen biome has structure depot. So both plains and the forest has this structure. Now we can take a look at the depot and structures. Type Minecraft Jigsaw Tutorial mod has structure depot. Max distance from center is 80 blocks. You can change this in the structure constructor, but yeah, we don't need this. Spawn overrides, adding the alley to the bounding blocks. Start height from below top 0, above bottom 0. Then the start pool, then the step surface structures, then terrain adaptation, and the use expansion hack. Furthermore, the template pool, which has all the single pool elements with all the 4 structures, and the structure set, which just places the tutorial in the world. And now we should be able to just run client and see it work. Now that we have entered the world on a quite beautiful seat, we can check if the structure was generated. So we do locate structure tutorial mod.depot. So it is definitely registered, and take it, and the nearest is 169 blocks away. There we go. And standing in a newly generated structure, we end this video. Hope you enjoyed and learned the stuff.